Hi everybody, this is Lars for LoveVFX, and I'm here with
Jonas Ussing.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. And I know this is so unprofessional, but I have to put out my first question, which is the only one that I've written down so far. Since you started the channel, what is the most memorable feedback that you've gotten from your audience?
That's a tough one. It's interesting that it's not just the visual effects community that have picked it up, but the general audience, which is really the target audience for the video series. I mean, I can show these to the visual effects business, and that's preaching to the choir, because nobody in the visual effects business is learning anything from these or going to disagree with them. They all know what's in these videos. Yeah. I'm depending on the people in the visual effects community to share this with their family and their neighbors and their high school friends, so everybody gets to see it. And people outside the visual effects community do not typically like to be educated about what CGI can or cannot do, but they have picked this up, I think, to a certain degree, that they may need to rethink.
The funny thing is, when I saw Top Gun, I really thought about this situation where they were explaining that most of the stuff was done for real. And then when I saw your videos and I realized how much of it was actually done in CG, I was really baffled. And so thank you for not only doing it for the broader audience, but also for us visual effects artists, because I think it has been a learning for everybody. And so far, do you experience any backlash from no CGI believers, or I don't know, studios or anybody from the production side who felt a different way maybe?
No backlash from studios that I know of. I haven't received any takedown notes or anything, because all the clips that I use are public. I'm not whistleblowing anything. I'm not releasing any secret or breaking any NDAs. It's just publicly available interviews and publicly available breakdowns and quotes from articles, interviews. So nothing there. Some negative backlash from some no CGI people. I mean, from the crowd, from the common people. I still get comments from people who want to educate me and tell me that, well, actually, it's not CGI in Top Gun if they filmed real jets and just modified them. And I'm like, yes, it is. They removed the planes and put completely 3D airplanes in there. That's CG. Some people still think that if you just enhance it, it's not CGI, or that you can say, well, we only used a minimum of CGI, as if that means anything. A minimum of CGI could mean 95% of the film, if that's what the producer deemed was a minimum,
Depending on how you want to make it look, basically, or how you want to communicate it. Can I ask about your background, like where your professional career background lies? Yeah,
sure. I've been doing this since 2005. Started out doing both 3D and compositing. I wanted to do compositing. I read Ron Brinkman, The Art and Science of Digital Compositing. Yeah. But without having something to composite, I needed to also create my own 3D renderers. So that's why I became a generalist.
And now that you have gained so much traction with your channel, and now that really thousands, I don't know how many thousands people have seen your content, what do you, or how do you imagine the future of your channel, or what is it, if we look a little bit past the no CGI theme in general, like what is it that you want to cover, or what is it that you are interested in the future?
I've named the channel The Movie Rabbit Hole because it's just going to dive into geeky things about everything movie related, not just visual effects. And I actually had planned other videos before this, but it just so happened that I thought the timing was right to start out with this one.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, Lars.
Thank you.
Thank you.